Always a good day when the Winnipeg Jets beat the Vegas Golden Knights. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video here on Peg City Week of Hockey. This is going to be recap reactions for game 61 out of 82 for the Jets 2021-2022 season, where they destroy the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 7-3, in what was kind of a weird game. And I say that because the first period for, I would say, honestly, almost all of it, it did not feel like this was going to be a 7-3 win. The Jets, even though they still had a 2-0 score at the end of that first period, the Jets did not play good for the first 13 minutes of this game or whatever it was. They didn't even register a shot on net for a very long time up until the 7-minute mark. 7 minutes and 34 seconds left in that first period is when they registered their first shot on goal. The fans give ironic, clap and applause. Jets don't like that. Blake Wheeler talks about Jack during in between intermissions, the first and second. I didn't like his comments, really. I know we're getting a little off topic, but I want to get that out of the way right now. I thought that it was a little immature of him. This is a team that got shut out 1-0 at home to the Arizona Coyotes. Your season has been nothing but mediocre. You've done nothing but prove that your season's mediocre because you can't show any consistency as a team. And you get upset when the fans are a little snarky with you and they give you an ironic applause. Seems like you've lost your skin, Blake Wheeler. That's all I'm going to say about that. Did he put his money where his mouth is? Absolutely. The whole team came out and won. But, if the fans are bothering the entire team that much, because he says the boys are upset or whatever he said in his interview, I don't think that's very fair. I think the fans have they are allowed to be annoyed. We haven't had a very good season. And, as the captain, you should expect that because this is Winnipeg. You're in a hockey market, an only hockey market, really. Football's just during the summers, and it's not the CFL season yet. Where all the city's got is the Jets, right? So you got to be able to give these people entertaining hockey, and you haven't really done that this year with inconsistent play. So, have some tougher skin, Blake Wheeler. But back to the game. I had to get that out of the way because I've been thinking about that a long time. But the game itself was pretty good. After you get those two goals, you get the Blake Wheeler goal, which was a beautiful goal by Blake Wheeler. He put his money where his mouth was, absolutely. Scores a great goal on that play. Just a dirty goal. Kyle Connor gets his 38th before the end of the first period. Dude, he's going to get 50 this year, and I cannot believe it. The franchise record going to Atlanta and Winnipeg 2.0 is 52 with Kovalchuk, I think in 2008 or 7. Either way, I can't remember the exact year, but either way, if somehow Kyle Connor can get a franchise goal record this season, that would be insane. I know it's getting near the end of the year, but if he can get 40 goals, maybe even a little bit more than 40 by the end of the week, by the end of Sunday, I think there's a good chance that Kyle Connor could be on pace to set a franchise record in goal, which would be crazy. But once he hits 40 and gets over 40 by a little bit with, I'd say, about 18 games left potentially, even though we're kind of already there, but in that 15-game mark, I really think he'll hit that, which is insane to think about. But yeah, you get a good first period goal scoring wise. They pick up the play in the last 7 minutes. Things are looking good. To start the second period, it's 2-1. Nicholas Roy makes it his 11th of the season. It's a 2-1 game. Things are a little bit shaky, but it doesn't matter because the Jets come and they strike back hot. They get 2 goals within basically, if I'm not mistaken, a minute of each other. Super, super quick goals. Ehlers and Stanley. Stanley gets his first of the season unassisted on a really good play where he embarrasses the entire Vegas Golden Knights team. All the defense, the forwards, and the goalie. He undresses them, and it's hilarious because it's Logan Stanley undressing your franchise. So says a lot about the type of night the Knights had. Pardon the pun. But yeah, I really liked the second period. It was much, much better because you get the Ehlers goal, you get the Stanley goal. Scheifele gets his 23rd of the season. Kyle Connor gets another point in this game. And the Jets are looking a lot more comfortable, right? This is now a game where it's 5-1. You are in a complete situation to win this game. The third period starts up, and then the Knights, they get those 2 back-to-back goals. Even though they're back-to-back, they're pretty close together. I'm getting a little worried at that point. I don't think the Jets are going to blow it, but at the same time, I've seen them blow it before. It's fully in their realm of possibilities to happen. I wanted this team to win this game. They deserve to win this game when you think about the entirety of the play, and they did end up winning this game. Josh Morrissey comes in, gets his 8th of the season, now a career high in goals for Josh Morrissey. He's having an amazing bounce-back year after a couple of down years with the blue line the way it was. His contract might be a little heavy, but I still think Josh Morrissey is a very valuable asset to this team. I'm very happy to see him finding the success that he is this year. I'd love to see him get double digits in goals, even though I know it's probably unlikely. Anything can happen in hockey. I'd love to see it for Josh Morrissey. Adam Lowry comes in. Again, the man is a monster. Another shorthanded goal. His 9th goal of the season. This is a man that had almost no points, no goals, like 3 weeks ago. He's been in insane, on fire. That ends up, I guess technically that's not the game-winning goal. We're going to call it the game-winning goal because, god damn it, Adam Lowry, you are a gem, and that was a beautiful, beautiful goal. He does like the same moves on every freaking shootout, breakaway, anything he has. But it works for him. He's got his 9th of the season. If Adam Lowry can get another shorthanded goal, holy crap, that would be entertaining as all hell. But I like this game. I liked it. Whatever. This game doesn't change my opinion on the Jets, really. It's a good win. The playoff odds, I believe, are still at around an 8%. It might have bounced up to maybe a 12, I'm guessing. So that's definitely better than the 4% we were at. So the realm of playoffs are still in the possibility. I don't think it's very logical. I don't think it makes much sense. Not with the teams ahead of us. Like Vegas, they're tons of injuries right now. If they get healthy, I don't expect them to be a team that we can really compete with. And when you look at tonight, there were certain situations out there where if you were like, okay, if there was a different player in that spot for Vegas, this would have been a goal. The Jets weren't perfect tonight. They took advantage of a weaker Vegas opponent and got a win that they desperately needed to keep their playoff hopes alive. I just don't see this as being sustainable. And you can call me whatever you want for that. I really just don't give a shit because I don't think that the Jets are a terrible team. I don't think they're a horrible team. I think they're a complete inconsistent team. That's the best way to put them because it's exactly what they are. When your record is 28-23 and is for almost most of the season stayed within 5 games of being 500, that doesn't mean you're a great team. It means you're mediocre, and 500 is the definition of mediocrity. So I think what the Jets should do, this is my honest to God, what I want to see the Jets do going into the rest of the season, at the deadline, trade Paul Stastny, trade Nathan Beaulieu, and I would say trade Andrew Kopp if the price is right. If you think you can sign Andrew Kopp for a fair contract, nothing super, super long term, maybe even 3 years, I'm okay with that. If it's anything under $4.5 million or whatever he's making now in that realm, maybe a little bit more of a pay raise. I think he's at around 3.7585, so about $4 million. Anything around that, I'd be okay with Kopp signing. I really would. But at the end of the day, unless you are guaranteed that he will sign with you, which you can't be guaranteed until he signs that contract extension, you trade Andrew Kopp. There will be a team that will trade a first-round pick for Andrew Kopp at the deadline. Every year we see it. Teams panic. We've seen it already going into this deadline. There have been absolutely almost no trades made. The only trades that have been made have been to clear cap space to acquire talent. This is going to be a very, very active Monday coming up for this trade deadline. It's insanely active, in my opinion. I know it's just going off of rumors and whatnot, but, in the past, when we've had tons of big chip assets available going into the deadline, you've seen teams making moves for the C and B players before the deadline. Now, I know it's only Tuesday, so let's see what happens in 3 days going into the weekend. But I gotta say, with the way it's looking right now, Monday is going to be a big day, which means that if Monday isn't a big day and Sunday or Saturday is when it does happen, there will be teams willing to pay on what's left on Monday. And I believe that Andrew Kopp will be a piece the Jets will hold, as well as potentially Paul Stastny, to see what they can get at the highest value, which makes sense. And I think those are the guys you should sell. I'm okay with Brendan Dillon being traded. Absolutely okay with that. If he gets traded now, if he gets traded later, I'm okay with that. But Brendan Dillon's another asset you're thinking about moving. Going into this deadline, what the Jets 110% should do is move the guys that are expiring that they won't keep, like a Paul Stastny, like a Nathan Beaulieu. We're already 500, and I really don't see the additions of younger defensemen coming in for depth in the case of a Nathan Beaulieu, or even a younger forward coming in to plug up for the bottom 6 to replace an Andrew Kopp. I don't necessarily see that as a terrible loss that hurts our seat. Obviously, Andrew Kopp was a good piece you want to have on your team, same as Stastny. But at the end of the day, one of these guys has to be traded. You're going into an offseason where you are going to most likely need to do a soft retool on what you have, tweak some things, throw in some youth, and go in with a brand new coaching staff. I don't see the Jets being a successful team if they keep the exact lineup they have now and hire a coach or keep Dave Lowry, God forbid, going into next season. You need to keep what you have. Keep the core. You keep Kyle Connor. You keep Nikolai Ehlers. You keep Blake Wheeler because you can't afford to trade assets to get rid of his contract. He's only got 2 more years left, if I'm not mistaken. Just swallow the money. New coaching should be able to balance out his play. You keep Mark Scheifele for now. I know I've been on Team trade Mark Scheifele, and I still am. But you don't trade him at the deadline just for whatever you can get. That's a draft day type move in Mark Scheifele. Get the best pick that you can. There are a lot of things the Jets are going to have to do going to next season, I think. Maybe a lot more than other people do. But at the end of the day, when you look at this win, you look at how everything's shaping up going into the last little bit of the season, the trade deadline coming up on Monday, the Jets are kind of, where they should be in all things being serious. They weren't going to tank because they're not bad enough to tank. They really aren't when you look on paper, but their play on ice is what's bad enough to tank. So I don't know what this team's going to do. I still think they should sell off some assets, keep the core guys for now, and see what happens for the rest of the season, promote some youth, and go with it. You shouldn't just hold all your cards and wait until like the last week where you finally get eliminated and then you're screwed and you lose everybody. Especially when you have a guy like Paul Stastny or Cobb. If you're not going to trade both of them, you have to trade one. In my opinion, you have to trade Paul Stastny. Like, yeah, he's been great for us, but Paul Stastny literally could get a first-round pick if a team's desperate enough to acquire top 6 talent. And even then, Paul Stastny is a better depth piece, but the guy's got 17 goals in the season. You know, his numbers are damn good. They're going to inflate his value, especially if he's one of the bluer chip guys left with a lot of playoff experience and depth going into the deadline of the final hours. So I think the Jets have to make some trades. I'm happy we won tonight, but you know, we're not in the playoffs yet. We're not even in the playoff hunt yet. Let's be realistic. Just because we've won some games and our playoff chances are alive, you know, the Canucks are the closest team to us with an 18%. After that, it's 54%. We're going to have to battle hard against some tough teams. We're going to have to catch Dallas. We're going to have to catch Vegas. We're going to have to play better than Nashville, even if that's a possibility to catch. We're going to have to work really hard to find a wild card this year. So assess what you have, you know, and be optimistic, I guess. But at the end of the day, you need to make what's best for the future. And trading some assets off into this deadline is what's best. My opinion hasn't changed there. I'm ready for this week, what's going to happen. I'm off on Monday, thank God, so I'll be able to actually cover the news when it breaks. We'll be covering all news, so regardless of the team that you root for, definitely consider dropping a subscription. So with all that being said, thank you so much for enjoying this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out the links in the description as always. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, check out the Prairie Puck Podcast, as well as if you're looking for an online betting service, definitely sign up with the link in the description for BetUS. You can get up to 125% cash bonus on your first deposit when you sign up for an account using code PEGCITY. So with all that being said, sign up for your BetUS account today. Know your limit, play within it. Must be legal gambling age wherever you are in this beautiful world. Have a great rest of your day. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Go Jets, go! It's going to be a damn interesting week of hockey. Have a great rest of your night, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.